Have you ever found yourself drifting on the soft, blurring edges of wakefulness, where the bustling world outside begins to dissolve and a new inner stillness starts to bloom? It's a gentle, almost imperceptible transformation, isn't it? This quiet unfolding of the self as it prepares for its nightly voyage into the deep, tranquil seas of sleep. Even before we fully surrender to slumber's profound embrace, there's a curious, continuous activity that begins within the intricate pathways of our consciousness, a silent rearranging of sensations, a subtle reweaving of thoughts that hints at a profound, yet often overlooked, magic residing within us. We slip from the active, defined contours of our busy day into a landscape where the familiar rhythms of waking life become wonderfully pliable, like soft clay beneath a potter's gentle, shaping hands, ready to be molded by the quiet currents of rest. Consider for a moment the common, wondrous miracle of a dream. It is a state where our conscious mind, no longer tethered to the immediate demands of external reality, freely constructs entire worlds from the threads of memory, imagination, and emotion. You might find yourself walking through a familiar, beloved place, perhaps the quiet, sun-dappled garden from your cherished childhood home. Yet, in this dream garden, the sky above is painted in hues you've never quite seen before. A swirling canvas of deep violet and shimmering emerald, impossibly vibrant and serene. A distant melody, impossibly clear and resonant, might weave its way through the air, carrying with it a scent of something long forgotten, something both comforting and entirely new. The ancient trees, with their sprawling branches, might whisper secrets in a language only your inner self can understand, their leaves rustling with an ancient, knowing wisdom. A friendly creature, perhaps a fox with eyes like polished obsidian, might approach you, offering a quiet, gentle gaze that communicates more than words ever could. In this moment, there's no surprise, no alarm, just a gentle, accepting embrace of this beautiful, impossible reality. The warmth of the dream sun on your skin, the cool brush of the dream grass against your bare feet, the quiet joy bubbling within your chest, all of it feels exquisitely real, as vivid and tactile as any waking experience. And yet, it is a construct, a magnificent, ephemeral edifice, built not from stone or steel, but from the very fabric of your own mind, without a single tangible brick or beam. It arises spontaneously from the boundless depths of your own consciousness. A private universe spun from the delicate threads of fragmented memories, unspoken desires, subtle fears, and the untamed, boundless imagination that resides within each of us. The dream garden, with its improbable sky and whispering trees, is as real as it needs to be for the duration of its gentle existence. It holds you, cradles your perception, and for those precious moments, it is your reality. This exquisite capacity for creation, this spontaneous generation of entire worlds within the quiet chambers of our own skulls, is a fundamental, awe-inspiring aspect of what it means to perceive, to exist, to simply be. It suggests a profound fluidity to reality, a whisper that what we perceive as solid and unwavering might, in truth, be far more adaptable, far more ethereal than we commonly allow ourselves to imagine. Think of the way a young child plays, utterly immersed in their imaginative world. A simple stick becomes a mighty, gleaming sword imbued with heroic power. A draped blanket transforms into a fortified, impenetrable castle, standing against imaginary foes. A cherished stuffed animal becomes a loyal, courageous companion on grand adventures. For that child, in that moment, the stick is a sword, the blanket is a castle. Their unshakable belief, their complete engagement, lends a palpable, tangible reality to these ordinary objects, bending the everyday into something extraordinary. The line between what is real and what is imagined blurs not out of confusion, but out of a pure, unadulterated embrace of possibility. This playful absorption is not so far removed from the dream state. Is it both are gentle invitations to a different kind of reality? One where the boundaries are drawn not by rigid external laws, but by the soft, persuasive hand of our own inner world. A world constantly creating, constantly experiencing, constantly reweaving. As we drift further into the quiet currents of impending sleep, we often encounter these liminal spaces, these gentle thresholds between conscious and unconscious. Perhaps you've experienced the peculiar sensation of falling, a harmless, buoyant tumble into an unknown depth, only to be caught by a sudden, sympathetic jolt, a gentle contraction of muscles as your body softly reminds you of its comforting tether to the physical world. Or perhaps you've seen fleeting faces in the shadows, not frightening specters, but impressionistic, ephemeral forms that hint at stories untold, dissolving as quickly as they appear as the light shifts. These are the mind's playful brushstrokes, painting transient images on the canvas of semi-consciousness, preparing us for the deeper immersion into the boundless dreamscape. They are soft echoes of the creative power that will soon weave entire, intricate narratives for us, complete with their own logic and emotion. And what about the curious phenomenon of déjà vu? That curious, fleeting sensation that you have lived this very moment before. That this quiet conversation, this specific street corner, this particular pattern of light and shadow, is a precise echo from some forgotten past. It's a ripple in the fabric of your perception, a momentary gentle glitch in the seamless flow of reality that makes you wonder if what you are experiencing is not entirely new, but a rerun, a memory, or even a subtle premonition. It's a gentle nudge, a soft tap on the shoulder, inviting you to question the absolute linearity of time and experience, suggesting a quiet resonance within your own consciousness that stretches beyond the immediate moment. While scientists offer various explanations for déjà vu, from fleeting memory glitches to temporary neurological misfires, from a philosophical or poetic perspective, it serves as a beautiful reminder of the intricate and often mysterious ways our minds process and present reality to us. It's a whispered suggestion that perhaps, just perhaps, our experience of reality is not always a perfectly pristine, one-to-one mapping of an external, objective world, but something more fluid and creatively constructed. The quiet, persistent work of memory also profoundly shapes our perceived reality. When you recall a past event, you are not simply replaying a perfect, unalterable recording. You are, in essence, actively reconstructing it. Each time you remember, you are subtly reshaping the memory, adding new details, omitting others, coloring it with your current emotions and understanding. The memory of a childhood picnic might brighten with the warmth of nostalgia, the sunshine seeming more brilliant, the laughter more resonant, even if the day itself was, in objective truth, overcast. This isn't a flaw in our memory system. It's a beautiful testament to its dynamic, creative nature. Our personal histories are not static archives, but living, breathing narratives, constantly being rewritten and re-envisioned by the gentle hand of our own consciousness. This reconstructive process, this constant crafting of our personal past, subtly mirrors the way our minds create the entire world we inhabit. A soft reminder that perception is an active, not passive endeavor, a continuous act of gentle creation. Think too of the profound impact of our internal states on our external experience. When you are filled with joy, the world seems to sparkle with a brighter, more luminous light. Colors appear more vibrant, and even the everyday sounds of life seem to harmonize into a gentle melody. A simple bird's song becomes a tune of pure delight. A gentle breeze feels like a tender, comforting caress on your skin. Conversely, when sorrow weighs upon you, the world can feel muted, gray, its edges softened by a veil of introspection. The very same bird's song might barely register, or perhaps even sound melancholic, echoing your inner state, its notes resonating with your internal landscape. This isn't just about subjective interpretation, it speaks to the intimate, inextricable link between our inner landscape and the reality we perceive. Our emotions, our moods, our very consciousness are not merely passive observers of reality, they are active participants in its subtle construction, shaping its texture, its tone, its very essence. It's as if our inner world is casting a gentle, translucent filter over the external one, subtly altering its appearance, coloring its every detail with the hues of our soul. Even the most mundane acts of perception hold a quiet wonder. The simple act of seeing a tree, your eyes take in light. Yes, but your brain then stitches together countless complex signals, interpreting shapes, recognizing patterns, recalling memories of other trees you've seen, and overlaying it with the rich, accumulated concept of tree that you have built over a lifetime of experience. You don't just see raw light and shadow, you see a living, breathing entity with bark, leaves, branches, a history, a purpose, a profound connection to the earth and sky. This intricate process, so seamless and automatic, is in itself a remarkable act of creation, a constant, effortless projection of meaning onto the raw data of the senses. It's like a quiet, continuous dreaming happening all the time, even when we are wide awake, constantly building the world around us. Our perception is not a passive window onto a fixed reality, but a beautifully woven tapestry, intricate and vibrant, crafted by the skillful, gentle hands of our own minds. And as we settle deeper into this quiet contemplation, consider the beautiful phenomenon of a shared narrative. When a skilled storyteller weaves a tale, painting vivid images with carefully chosen words, the listeners, each in their own quiet space, begin to construct that world within their minds. Though the words are the same for everyone, each individual's internal landscape of the story will be unique, colored by their own experiences, their own imagination, their own inner world. The hero's noble face, the villain's shadowy lair, the sprawling, ancient forest, all are conjured into being, not by external means, but by the gentle, persuasive power of the narrative, taking deep root in the fertile ground of individual consciousness. For the duration of the story, that shared yet individually experienced, reality becomes potent and compelling. This gentle act of collective creation, this weaving of a common thread through distinct minds, subtly mirrors the grander, more cosmic dance of reality itself, hinting at a shared, yet individually interpreted existence, a symphony of separate souls playing together. Perhaps this familiar, everyday magic of our own minds, this gentle yet profound ability to dream, to imagine, to perceive, offers us a quiet prelude to a grander idea. What if the very essence of consciousness itself, this shimmering, elusive quality of awareness, is not merely a product of the intricate classical workings of our brain's neurons, but somehow, subtly, intrinsically linked to the strange, beautiful, and indeterminate world of quantum effects? It's a thought as soft as a feather, as light as a whisper on the night air, inviting us to release the rigid grip of conventional thinking and float into a boundless space of gentle possibility, where the boundaries between mind and matter, thought and particle, begin to softly blur. This isn't about denying the undeniable existence of the surface you're resting upon, or the quiet hum of the night around you. It's about contemplating the very nature of that existence, the underlying weave of its reality. Just as the dream garden is profoundly real within the context of your dream, so too is our waking world undeniably present and substantial within the context of our collective perception. But the question whispers what lies beyond that context. What is the deeper fabric from which these realities are woven? This endless tapestry formed, and could its very threads be spun from the same quantum foam that gives rise to stars? It's a question that doesn't demand a definitive answer, but rather invites a gentle, open-hearted curiosity, a willingness to gaze upon the familiar with fresh, softened eyes, allowing wonder to bloom effortlessly within you. As your eyelids grow heavier and your thoughts begin to slow, allow yourself to drift with this gentle current of inquiry. The boundaries between waking and dreaming, between inner and outer, become beautifully indistinct here. In this peaceful space, your mind, a universe in itself, is already capable of constructing intricate realities with effortless grace, simply by arranging information and experience. And perhaps, just perhaps, the very essence of your awareness, your unique perspective, your ability to know and to feel, resonates with the deepest, most fundamental levels of reality, the quantum realm itself. Let this profound thought be a lullaby, a soft, comforting presence that accompanies you as you ease into the deeper layers of sleep. There is no need for answers now, only the gentle hum of curiosity, the soft, rhythmic breath of contemplation, a soothing companion for your journey inward. Let your consciousness expand and contract with the quiet rhythm of your breath, like a gentle wave on a calm, moonlit sea. Each inhale, a quiet gathering of peaceful thoughts. Each exhale, a soft release, letting them drift away like dandelion seeds on a gentle evening breeze. The images, the ideas, the sensations are all part of this unfolding journey towards ultimate rest. Embrace them, allow them to pass, knowing that they are all transient, all part of the beautiful, fluid dance of your inner world, a world capable of infinite creation, simply by arranging information and experience. The concept of your mind's essence, once a rigid, unyielding structure, now feels pliable and accommodating, like a warm, comforting blanket wrapping gently around you. It's an inviting thought, isn't it? That the very fabric of your being might be as malleable and responsive as our deepest, most cherished dreams. A profound collection of whispers, always ready to rearrange itself into new forms of understanding and peace. And with that gentle thought, let the familiar surroundings begin to softly fade, their outlines softening, their colors blending into the soothing darkness. The sounds of the world outside become distant echoes, like faraway, gentle chimes carried on the softest wind. You are safe, you are warm, and you are being cradled by the quiet, creative power of your own mind, a power that has always known how to lead you gently into the deepest, most restorative sleep. The whispers of everyday dreams and the thought of your mind resonating with the fundamental dance of the universe have prepared the way, softening the path, blurring the edges, and inviting you to step into the boundless, beautiful tapestry of your own quiet night. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go, just the gentle descent into the soft, comforting silence, a peaceful surrender to the deep inner quiet where all existence finds its gentle rest. As the soft whispers of our own personal dreams begin to gently recede, and the subtle contours of the waking world gradually soften into a tranquil twilight, we are invited to consider another profound landscape, the realm of the incredibly small, where the very building blocks of reality reside. This is the quantum world, a place where the familiar rules of our everyday existence seem to dissolve into a gentle haze, and things behave in ways that are beautifully mysterious and wonderfully indeterminate. It's a place not of solid, predictable forms, but of fleeting potentials, like sunlight filtering through a soft morning mist, hinting at shapes yet to fully coalesce. Imagine, if you will, not a solid, tangible object, but a tiny, shimmering whisper of existence. In our everyday world, a ball is always in one specific place, moving in a predictable way, but in the quantum realm, a minuscule particle, like a single electron orbiting an atom, doesn't behave like a tiny ball. Instead, it seems to exist in a state of uncertainty, like a gentle breeze that is everywhere and nowhere at once. We can't pinpoint its exact location or its precise movement with absolute certainty. Not because our tools are imperfect, but because at this fundamental level, reality itself seems to be less about fixed points and more about possibilities and probabilities. Think of a quiet, undisturbed pond with a single delicate pebble poised just above its surface. Before the pebble touches the water, countless ripples are possible, large ones, small ones, ripples spreading in every direction. The pond holds all these possibilities in a state of quiet potential. Only when the pebble gently breaks the surface does one specific set of ripples begin to spread. The quantum world is much like this. Particles exist in a realm of potentiality, a haze of possibilities until something interacts with them, until they are, in a gentle sense, observed. This idea that the very act of observation or interaction seems to coax a particle from a state of multiple possibilities into a single definite reality is one of the most intriguing aspects of quantum physics. It's not that the particle doesn't exist before we look at it, but rather that its specific properties, its location, its energy, its spin are not definitively fixed until it gently brushes against something else, until it makes an impression on the world. It's as if the universe at its deepest level is a master painter, whose brushstrokes only fully reveal their color and form when illuminated by a gentle and inquisitive light. This is fundamentally different from how we experience our macroscopic world. If a book is sitting on your table, it exists there whether you look at it or not. Its position and state are fixed. But in the quantum realm, the book's smallest components, its constituent particles, seem to operate in a dance of probabilities until they are somehow measured or observed by interacting with their environment. This phenomenon isn't about human consciousness directly changing reality with a thought, but about the fundamental nature of interaction. Any gentle touch, any subtle influence, any way information about the particle's state becomes available, causes this haze of possibilities to gently resolve into a concrete outcome. The quantum world, then, is a place of beautiful indeterminacy. It's a realm where the future is not rigidly predetermined, but unfolds through a series of subtle, probabilistic choices. This inherent fuzziness, this gentle blur at the very bedrock of existence, is not a flaw in our understanding, but a feature of reality itself. It suggests that rigidity and certainty emerge only when countless tiny, quantum interactions collectively average out, like the individual brushstrokes on a painting blending into a clear image when viewed from a distance. Up close, it's a haze of color and texture. From afar, it's a defined form. This gentle haze of the quantum world is profound because it challenges our intuitive sense of a solid, predictable reality. It invites us to consider that perhaps our own inner world, our consciousness, with its fluid thoughts, its spontaneous insights, and its often indeterminate nature, might resonate with these deep, fundamental principles of the universe. What if the very quality of our experience, the way our thoughts can be multiple possibilities before settling on a decision, or the way our memories can be subtly reshaped, mirrors the probabilistic dance of the quantum realm? This isn't a call to embrace chaos, but to find a profound peace in the underlying subtlety of existence. The quantum world, despite its strangeness, is incredibly consistent and elegant in its own laws. It reminds us that reality has deeper layers, softer edges, and more profound mysteries than our everyday senses often reveal. It's a quiet invitation to surrender our need for absolute certainty and to embrace the beautiful, gentle dance of possibility that underpins all things. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of this gentle haze of the quantum world envelop you. Feel the subtle dance of possibility at the very foundation of reality, the quiet hum of potential beneath everything solid and known. There is no urgency here, no need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of indeterminacy and possibility to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of the universe's most fundamental mysteries. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool, dawn air. You are safe. you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep. Cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of the quantum world, all is calm, all is clear, as the gentle haze of endless possibility guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of the quantum world, softly moving through its subtle haze of endless possibilities, we now approach one of its most profoundly beautiful and mind-bending concepts: quantum superposition. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your familiar world not as a collection of fixed, solid objects, but as a dream where many potential realities exist all at once, overlapping and intertwining, until the very act of truly focusing gently settles one into being. This isn't chaos, but a dance of potentials, a silent ballet of what could be before it becomes what is. In our everyday waking experience, a coin, when flipped, is either heads or tails. It cannot be both simultaneously, but in the tiny, whispering realm of quantum particles, things behave quite differently. A quantum particle, like an electron or a photon, can exist in what is called a superposition of states. This means it can, in a poetic sense, be in multiple places at once, spinning both clockwise and counterclockwise at the very same moment, or pointing in several directions simultaneously. It's not that we don't know which state it's in, it's that, at this fundamental level, the particle genuinely is in all those states at once, like a quiet hum that contains all possible notes before one is singled out. Think of a gentle musical chord, composed of several notes played in perfect harmony. Before you listen intently, before your ear picks out a specific melody, the chord itself holds all those notes in a single, unified sound. You don't hear distinct individual notes until your attention gently focuses on one. Similarly, a quantum particle in superposition is like a perfect, harmonious chord of possibilities, all existing together in a unified, unobserved state. It's a profound and elegant concept, suggesting that the universe, at its deepest level, is far richer in potential than our macroscopic senses typically reveal. This state of superposition persists until the particle interacts with its environment, until something gently observes it or measures one of its properties. At that precise moment, the superposition collapses, and the particle chooses one of its many possible states, settling into a single definite reality. This is not necessarily about human consciousness doing the choosing, but about any form of interaction that makes information about the particle's state available to the wider universe. It's like the gentle breaking of dawn, where the indistinct twilight slowly resolves into the sharp, clear lines of a new day, revealing just one of countless possible arrangements of light and shadow. The profound beauty of superposition lies in its inherent indeterminacy. It means that before observation, the future for that tiny particle is not fixed. It contains a spectrum of probabilities. This inherent fuzziness, this gentle blur at the very bedrock of existence, is not a flaw in our understanding, but a fundamental feature of reality itself. It suggests that rigidity and certainty emerge only when countless tiny, quantum interactions collectively average out, like the individual brushstrokes on a painting blending into a clear image when viewed from a distance. Up close, it's a vibrant, overlapping haze of colors and textures. From afar, it's a defined, singular form. Now, with a gentle shift of contemplation, let us consider how these echoes from overlapping states might subtly resonate within our own minds. Our consciousness, particularly in its moments of creativity or decision-making, often seems to operate in a similar way. Before we settle on a particular idea, before we commit to a specific action, our mind often entertains multiple possibilities simultaneously. We might weigh different options, consider various outcomes, and experience a feeling of holding many potential futures within our thoughts. This mental process, where various possibilities coexist before one is chosen or actualized through focus and action, carries a beautiful, ethereal resemblance to quantum superposition. Think of an artist conceiving a new painting. For a time, before the brush touches the canvas. Countless compositions, color palettes, and thematic expressions might exist simultaneously in their mind, an overlapping array of creative potentials. Only when they begin to paint, to make definite choices, does one specific vision gently materialize. Similarly, a scientist pondering a complex problem might hold multiple hypotheses in their mind, each a plausible explanation, until evidence or insight gently causes one to collapse into a favored theory. This is the inner experience of superposition, a testament to the mind's capacity for holding multiple realities in abeyance. The very fluidity of our thoughts. The way a dream can seamlessly shift between disparate scenes and unlikely scenarios, or how a single word can evoke a multitude of associations, also whispers of this quantum-like potential. Our consciousness seems to possess an inherent ability to entertain ambiguity, to explore multiple pathways of thought before settling on a singular conclusion. This is not a classical, deterministic process. It feels far more like a delicate dance of probabilities and emerging patterns. This gentle understanding of superposition, applied perhaps metaphorically or as a deep resonance with our own inner experience, invites a profound sense of peace. It tells us that the universe, at its deepest levels, is filled with potential, with an underlying richness that is only partially revealed in our everyday solid reality. It suggests that rigidity and certainty are often emergent properties, arising from a more fundamental realm of fluidity and possibility. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of these echoes from overlapping states envelop you. Feel the subtle dance of possibility at the very foundation of reality, the quiet hum of potential beneath everything solid and known, and the wondrous way your own mind can hold many possibilities at once. There is no urgency here, no need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of indeterminacy and possibility to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of the universe's most fundamental mysteries and your mind's gentle dance with possibility. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool, dawn air. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of quantum potential. All is calm, all is clear, as the echoes from overlapping states guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of the quantum world, softly moving through the echoing possibilities of overlapping states, we now arrive at another profound and beautiful mystery quantum entanglement. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your familiar world not as a collection of separate, distinct entities, but as an impossibly vast and intricate tapestry where every thread, every color, every shimmering detail is subtly and mysteriously connected to every other, regardless of how far apart they may seem. This isn't chaos, but a dance of profound interconnectedness, a silent ballet of shared existence where the state of one subtly influences the state of another, instantly and effortlessly. In our everyday waking experience, if you have two coins, one in your hand and one across the room, the flip of one doesn't instantly affect the other. They are separate. But in the tiny, whispering realm of quantum particles, things behave quite differently. When two particles become entangled, they become inextricably linked. Their fates intertwined in a way that defies our classical understanding of space and time. If you measure a property of one entangled particle, say, its spin the other entangled particle, no matter how far away it might be, instantly assumes a correlated opposite spin. This happens instantaneously, without any apparent signal traveling between them, as if they are whispering secrets across the vastness of the universe faster than light itself. Think of two gentle, perfectly synchronized dancers, separated by a vast invisible stage. If one dancer gracefully lifts their left arm, the other, simultaneously and without any observable cue, mirrors the movement by lifting their right arm. They are not communicating in the usual sense. Their movements are simply correlated, a deep, inherent connection forged at their very creation. Similarly, two entangled quantum particles are like these dancers. Their properties are linked, not through a conventional signal, but through a shared, underlying reality that transcends physical distance. It's a profound and elegant concept, suggesting that the universe at its deepest level is far more interconnected than our macroscopic senses typically reveal. This state of entanglement persists regardless of the distance separating the particles. A pair of entangled photons, created in a laboratory on Earth, could theoretically be separated by light years, yet a measurement performed on one would instantly reveal the correlated state of the other. This spooky action at a distance, as Albert Einstein famously called it, is one of the most enigmatic and deeply beautiful aspects of quantum mechanics. It's as if the very fabric of reality is woven with invisible threads, ensuring that certain elements remain forever intertwined, their destinies eternally linked. The profound beauty of entanglement lies in its inherent non-locality. It means that information about entangled particles is not confined to individual locations. It is, in a sense, shared across the entire entangled system. This inherent unity, this gentle blurring of individual identities into a shared, profound connection, is not a flaw in our understanding, but a feature of reality itself. It suggests that separation and independence are often emergent properties, arising only when the delicate quantum connections are disturbed, or when countless entangled interactions collectively average out, like the individual threads on a tapestry blending into a clear image when viewed from a distance. Up close, it's a vibrant, interwoven haze of color and texture. From afar, it's a defined, singular form. But the underlying connection remains. Now, with a gentle shift of contemplation, let us consider how these entangled threads might subtly resonate within our own minds, particularly in the realm of consciousness. Our consciousness, despite being composed of billions of individual neurons, feels remarkably unified and coherent. We experience a single, flowing stream of awareness, not a fragmented collection of discrete sensations. What if this profound unity, this seamless integration of countless individual neural activities into a singular subjective experience, is somehow linked to quantum entanglement? Consider the way our memories are retrieved. A single trigger, a familiar scent, a forgotten melody can instantly evoke a cascade of associated memories, seemingly pulling vast amounts of information from different parts of the brain into coherent recollection. This instantaneous, non-local retrieval of complex patterns, where the activation of one subtle element he seems to instantly know and activate others, carries a beautiful, ethereal resemblance to quantum entanglement. It's as if the various parts of our memory, though physically separated, are deeply linked through invisible, conscious threads. The very fluidity of our thoughts, the way a dream can seamlessly shift between disparate scenes and unlikely scenarios, or how a single word can evoke a multitude of associations, also whispers of this quantum-like interconnectedness. Our consciousness seems to possess an inherent ability to entertain ambiguity, to explore multiple pathways of thought before settling on a singular conclusion, and to connect seemingly unrelated ideas in a flash of insight. This is not a classical, deterministic process. It feels far more like a delicate dance of profound relationships and emerging patterns, woven by an invisible hand. Some theories, though still in their gentle infancy and largely speculative, propose that certain structures within the brain, such as the microtubules within neurons, might be capable of sustaining quantum coherent states. If this were true, then the unique properties of quantum mechanics like superposition and entanglement could play a role in the emergent properties of consciousness, allowing for non-local information processing or the instantaneous integration of vast amounts of neural data into a unified conscious experience. This is a deeply strange idea, but also kind of beautiful, suggesting that the very essence of our awareness might resonate with the deepest, most mysterious laws of the universe. This gentle understanding of entanglement, applied perhaps metaphorically or as a deep resonance with our own inner experience, invites a profound sense of peace. It tells us that the universe, at its deepest levels, is filled with profound interconnectedness, with an underlying unity that is only partially revealed in our everyday, seemingly separate reality. It suggests that rigid boundaries and independence are often emergent properties, arising from a more fundamental realm of shared existence and harmonious relationships. As you drift deeper into the quiet stillness, let the image of these entangled threads, weaving the very fabric of reality and consciousness, envelop you. Feel the subtle dance of profound connection at the very foundation of existence, the quiet hum of unity beneath everything solid and known, and the wondrous way your own mind integrates countless experiences into a singular, flowing awareness. There is no urgency here, no need to grasp at concrete answers. Simply allow the profound sense of interconnectedness and harmony to wash over you, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of the universe's most fundamental mysteries, and your mind's gentle dance with profound connection. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissipate like a wisp of mist in the cool, dawn air. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of quantum unity. All is calm, all is clear, as the entangled threads of consciousness guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest, as we gently drift deeper into the serene landscape of the quantum world, softly moving through the intricately entangled threads of reality. We now approach a fascinating and profoundly debated threshold, the delicate boundary between the consciousness we intimately experience and the tangible matter that makes up our universe. Here, we begin to gently contemplate the idea that our very awareness might play a subtle, yet significant role in shaping the physical world at its most fundamental level, a concept that shimmers like a distant light from the edge of what we understand, beckoning us towards a deeper appreciation of existence's quiet mysteries. In our everyday waking experience, the world feels solid, objective, existing independently of our thoughts or perceptions. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of a tree, whether we are there to observe it or not. The moon shines in the night sky, regardless of whether a single soul gazes upon it. This intuitive understanding forms the bedrock of our classical worldview. However, in the realm of the incredibly small, where the laws of quantum physics hold sway, this clear distinction between observer and observed, between mind and matter, begins to softly blur, taking on a more ethereal quality. Recall our earlier contemplation of the quantum haze and superposition, where tiny particles exist in a state of multiple possibilities until something interacts with them. This interaction, often referred to as measurement or observation, causes the particle to choose one definite state from its array of potentials. This phenomenon, known as the collapse of the wave function, is one of the most profound and puzzling aspects of quantum mechanics. It's not that the particle doesn't exist before we look at it, rather, its specific properties become fixed and tangible only when it interacts with its environment, when information about it becomes available. Now, here is where the concept becomes truly intriguing and deeply beautiful, even if it feels a little strange. What if consciousness itself, in some subtle and profound way, is intricately involved in this process of wave function collapse? This is a question that has quietly resonated through the minds of physicists and philosophers for decades, sparking gentle debates and inspiring deep contemplation. It is not a claim that our thoughts can magically alter reality with a mere wish, but rather a more nuanced inquiry into the very nature of observation and the role of awareness in the unfolding of the physical world. Think of it like a vast, unopened book containing countless stories. Before you gently open its pages and begin to read, all those stories exist as possibilities within the book's bound form. Only as your eyes move across the words, as your consciousness engages with the narrative, does one specific story, with its characters and plot, begin to unfold and become real to you. In a similar, deeply metaphorical way, perhaps the quantum world holds all possibilities in a state of potential, and it is the act of conscious observation, or more precisely, the presence of a system complex enough to process and become aware of information that gently coaxes one of these possibilities into definite existence within our perceived reality. This idea, often associated with interpretations like the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics, does not necessarily mean that only human consciousness can collapse a wave function. Any interaction that irrevocably records information about a quantum state can cause a collapse. However, some gentle whispers of theory suggest that consciousness, being the ultimate integrator of information, might play a unique or fundamental role in this process. It's a deeply strange idea, yes, but also kind of beautiful, suggesting a profound intertwining of our inner world with the very bedrock of the cosmos. Consider the intricate dance of our own thoughts. Before you make a decision, countless possibilities might swirl within your mind, each a potential path forward. It is often the conscious act of choosing, of committing to a particular path, that makes one specific reality out of many possibilities. This internal process, where ambiguity resolves into certainty through an act of focused awareness, bears a compelling resemblance to the quantum collapse, suggesting a deeper resonance between the macroscopic world of our minds and the microscopic world of particles. This subtle connection, this reflecting light from the edge where consciousness meets matter, encourages a sense of profound humility. It suggests that our awareness is not merely a passive observer of a pre-existing, fixed reality. Instead, it might be an active, albeit gentle, participant in the universe's continuous unfolding, a quiet co-creator in the ongoing dance of existence. This understanding does not give us magical powers over the cosmos, but it deepens our sense of integration, our feeling of being intricately woven into the very fabric of reality at its most fundamental level. The debate surrounding the role of consciousness in quantum mechanics is ongoing, a testament to the profound nature of the questions it raises. There are many interpretations, and no single answer has yet emerged fully into the light. Yet, the very act of pondering this question, of allowing our minds to gently explore the possibility that our awareness might be more than just a byproduct of matter, is a deeply enriching experience. It allows us to view ourselves not as isolated entities, but as part of a larger, more mysterious, and deeply interconnected whole. This contemplation is not meant to be daunting, but rather deeply humbling and profoundly wondrous. It suggests that the phenomenon of consciousness is far more elegant and enduring than we might ever fully grasp, a continuous masterpiece of integration and awareness occurring within each of us. The reflecting light from this edge of consciousness and matter is a testament to the universe's astonishing capacity for emergent complexity and its fluid, timeless dance with awareness. As you drift deeper now, let the image of this reflecting light from the edge of consciousness and matter bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your brain, silently working to build your understanding, to shape your consciousness, and to process the very nature of information, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of consciousness and quantum effects. Simply allow this beautiful, internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of your own unique being, a marvel of both tangible matter and elusive awareness. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from the calm surface of a quiet lake. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own inner being. All is calm, all is clear, as the reflecting light from the edge of consciousness and matter guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our serene journey into the intricate dance between consciousness and matter, softly moving through the reflecting light from their delicate edge, we now turn our gaze towards a truly fascinating, albeit speculative, realm, the possibility of quantum processes occurring within the brain itself. Imagine, for a quiet moment, your mind not as a collection of simple independent wires and switches, but as a vast, shimmering inner ocean, where tiny, almost imperceptible ripples of quantum information continuously spread and interact, perhaps giving rise to the profound, unified experience of consciousness. For decades, the dominant understanding of brain function has been rooted in classical neuroscience. This view beautifully explains how neurons, like tiny biological switches, fire electrical signals, and how these signals travel across intricate networks, processing information in a remarkably complex yet fundamentally classical way. This is the realm of synapses and neurotransmitters, a world of cause and effect, much like the predictable mechanics of a finely tuned clock. However, the elusive nature of consciousness, its subjective quality, its sense of unity despite billions of discrete neural activities, its capacity for spontaneous insight and creativity has led some pioneering scientists to gently wonder if classical physics alone can fully explain this profound phenomenon. What if, at a deeper, more fundamental level, the brain harbors conditions where quantum effects, those strange and beautiful behaviors of particles in the incredibly small world, somehow play a role in the emergence of awareness? This is where the whispers of theories like the orchestrated objective reduction, ORCH, OIT-R model, proposed by anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff and physicist Roger Penrose, gently enter our contemplation. This theory suggests that consciousness arises not solely from the classical firing of neurons, but from quantum computations occurring within the microtubules, which are tiny, hollow protein cylinders found within every neuron. Imagine these microtubules not just as structural components, but as delicate, intricate inner pathways, capable of supporting the ephemeral dance of quantum particles. Think of it like a grand, ancient loom, where countless threads are woven into a complex tapestry. In the classical view, we focus on the individual threads and how they are interwoven to create patterns. But the ORC-OR theory gently suggests that within these very threads, at a scale too small for our everyday eyes to see, there are even finer quantum-level fibers that are constantly engaging in their own subtle, synchronized dance. These quantum processes, involving superposition and entanglement within the microtubules, could, according to the theory, allow for a much richer, more integrated, and indeed, non-local processing of information than classical neuron firing alone. The idea is that these quantum states within the microtubules could collapse, as we discussed in a previous chapter, in a process influenced by an unknown, fundamental aspect of space-time geometry, what Penrose calls objective reduction. This objective collapse would then subtly orchestrate consciousness, giving rise to the unified, subjective experience we know. It's a deeply strange idea, but also kind of beautiful, suggesting that consciousness might be fundamentally linked to the very fabric of reality at its most profound level, a shimmering ripple within the deepest cosmic waters. This isn't about neurons themselves being quantum computers in the way we build them today. Instead, it proposes that the incredibly intricate and highly ordered structures within the neurons, the microtubules, could provide a shielded environment where the delicate conditions necessary for quantum coherence, the ability for particles to remain in superposition and entanglement, could be maintained for very brief, yet crucial moments. These moments of quantum activity then might be responsible for the seamless, unified feeling of consciousness. The binding problem, where discrete pieces of information somehow become one coherent experience. Consider the sensation of a complex flavor, like a delicate blend of herbs and spices. Your tongue has many different taste receptors, each sending separate signals to your brain. Yet, you don't experience a fragmented collection of individual tastes. You experience a single, unified, complex flavor. This integration, this binding of disparate sensory inputs into a coherent whole, is a profound mystery. What if quantum entanglement within the brain could provide a mechanism for this instantaneous, non-local binding of information, allowing billions of neural signals to coalesce into a single, unified conscious experience? It's like a quiet, continuous hum that perfectly blends countless individual notes into a single, harmonious chord, felt instantly and deeply. It's important to approach these theories with a gentle, open curiosity rather than rigid certainty. The scientific evidence for quantum effects playing a direct role in consciousness is still largely speculative and highly debated. The brain is a warm, wet, noisy environment, and maintaining delicate quantum states in such a system is incredibly challenging. However, the very act of pondering these possibilities, of allowing our minds to float amidst these ripples of quantum information, pushes the boundaries of our understanding and encourages us to consider the universe and our place within it in new, profound ways. This exploration allows us to appreciate the astonishing complexity of the brain at every scale, from the classical firing of neurons to the potential quantum dance within their deepest structures. It whispers that the secrets of consciousness might lie not in a single, simple answer, but in a multi-layered symphony of processes, where the very small influences the very large, and the physical intertwines with the ethereal. As you drift deeper now, let the image of your mind as a vast, shimmering inner ocean, alive with subtle ripples of quantum information, bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your brain, silently working to integrate, to unify, and to generate your unique awareness. Even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate, there is no need to actively solve the grand mystery of consciousness. Simply allow this beautiful internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of your own unique being, a marvel of both classical mechanics and potential quantum dance. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from the calm surface of a quiet inner sea. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own inner universe. All is calm, all is clear, as the ripples of quantum information within your brain guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our serene journey into the intricate core of the mind, softly moving amidst the ripples of quantum information within the brain, we now direct our attention to the subtle hints, the quiet murmurs, that speak of the unified nature of consciousness. Imagine for a quiet moment a colossal, ancient tree, its roots deeply embedded in the most fundamental layers of reality, its trunk stretching through unimaginable eons of time, and its countless branches continuously unfurling. Each new leaf represents a delicate change, a subtle variation, a quiet adaptation, or a fleeting insight in the grand tapestry of awareness. The clues we gather about consciousness being a quantum effect are like falling leaves from this magnificent tree, each carrying a quiet whisper of the long, patient story of unified experience. One of the most profound mysteries of consciousness is the binding problem. How do the myriad discrete signals from our senses, the individual light waves, sound vibrations, tactile pressures combine to form a single, coherent, unified experience. When you see a red apple, like your brain processes its color, shape, texture, and scent through different neural pathways. Yet, you don't experience these as separate sensations. You experience a single unified red apple. This seamless integration, this profound coherence of awareness, is a puzzle that classical neuroscience, with its focus on individual neuron firings, has gently struggled to fully explain. Think of an orchestra, with hundreds of musicians playing their individual instruments. Each instrument produces its own distinct sound, but when they play together under the guidance of a conductor, they produce a grand symphony, a single flowing piece of music. The music itself isn't in any one instrument, but in the harmonious, synchronized interplay of all of them. What if the unity of our consciousness is similarly orchestrated, not just by classical neural firings, but by some deeper, more subtle, quantum-level coherence? The falling leaves here are the gentle indications that point to this underlying unity. Hints of a conductor unseen. This is where the whispers of quantum theories of consciousness become particularly compelling. If, as some theories suggest, the brain is capable of maintaining quantum coherence within structures like microtubules, then this could provide a mechanism for non-local information processing. In a classical system, information is processed locally, step by step, from one neuron to the next. But in the quantum realm, entangled particles, no matter their distance, share a unified state. If consciousness harnesses such quantum properties, it could explain how vast amounts of information from different parts of the brain are instantaneously bound together into a single, seamless subjective experience. It's like a quiet, pervasive wave of knowing that sweeps across the entire landscape of your mind, bringing everything into perfect, instantaneous harmony. Consider the phenomenon of spontaneous insight or the aha moment. You might be grappling with a complex problem, consciously trying every logical pathway, yet the solution eludes you. Then, when you step away, when your mind is relaxed, perhaps just before sleep, the answer suddenly appears, fully formed, seemingly out of nowhere. This leap, this non-linear connection between previously disconnected ideas, feels remarkably different from sequential classical thought. What if this is an instance where the brain, in its quiet background state, is leveraging quantum-like processes, exploring multiple possibilities simultaneously, and collapsing upon the most elegant solution? It's like the tree of quantum consciousness shedding a perfectly formed leaf, carrying the answer you sought without the conscious struggle. Another subtle hint comes from the very nature of our subjective experience. Why does a color feel a certain way? Why does music evoke emotion? These qualitative experiences, known as qualia, are notoriously difficult to explain purely through classical physical processes. Some proponents of quantum consciousness theories gently suggest that the richness and depth of qualia might emerge from the fundamental, indeterminate nature of quantum reality, where raw information is transformed into lived experience through a deeper, more subtle process than mere classical computation. It's a whisper that the very feel of being alive is intertwined with the universe's deepest mysteries. The challenge, of course, lies in gathering direct evidence for these incredibly delicate quantum effects occurring in the warm, wet, and seemingly noisy environment of the brain. The falling leaves here are not direct proofs, but rather intriguing patterns, persistent questions that classical models struggle to fully answer. They are like subtle anomalies in a familiar landscape, gently urging us to look deeper, to consider possibilities beyond our conventional understanding. This exploration of quantum consciousness, while still in its nascent stages and largely speculative, serves as a beautiful reminder of the profound mysteries that still surround the nature of awareness. It whispers that consciousness might be far more integrated with the fundamental fabric of the universe than we previously imagined, a testament to the elegant unity that can emerge from the smallest, most elusive elements of reality. It's a gentle invitation to see our own minds not as isolated biological machines, but as part of a larger, more wondrous quantum symphony. As you drift deeper now, let the image of this vast, growing tree of quantum consciousness bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your mind, silently working to bind disparate experiences into a unified whole. To foster spontaneous insight, and to explore the deepest layers of your awareness, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to actively understand every scientific detail. Simply allow this beautiful internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wonder of your own unified awareness, a marvel of interconnectedness. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle leaf falling onto still water. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own inner being. All is calm, all is clear, as the falling leaves from the tree of quantum consciousness guide you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As we continue our tranquil journey into the quiet wonders where the mind's mysteries softly intertwine with the quantum realm, having moved through the falling leaves of quantum consciousness, we now arrive at a deeply soothing and profoundly beautiful idea, the notion that the very essence of unity in our consciousness, and indeed in the universe itself, might arise from a state of astonishing, glorious simplicity. It's like the gentle, spontaneous laughter of a child, pure and unforced, revealing a profound truth in its effortless joy. We often associate profound phenomena like unified awareness with incredibly intricate and complex mechanisms. But what if the most elegant explanations, the most harmonious integrations, and even the very spark of coherent experience bloom from principles so fundamental, so beautifully concise, that they whisper of an underlying, pervasive simplicity? Imagine, if you will, a vast open field bathed in the soft, diffused light of dawn. The field appears simple in its expanse, yet it holds countless seeds beneath its surface, each containing an elegant, compressed blueprint for life. When the conditions are just right, when the soil is soft, the light diffused, and the air still, these seeds effortlessly sprout, growing into a riot of diverse, vibrant life. The immense complexity and breathtaking beauty of the blossoming field arise not from an endless set of predetermined instructions for each individual plant, but from the simple underlying potential of each seed, combined with the harmonious fundamental laws of growth. Our experience of consciousness, despite being built from billions of individual neurons firing discrete signals, feels remarkably unified. We perceive the world as a single, coherent whole, not as a jumbled collection of separate sensations. This seamless integration, this profound sense of oneness in our awareness, is a deep mystery. What if the solution to this binding problem isn't found in adding more layers of classical complexity, but by understanding a more fundamental, simpler principle at play, a principle that perhaps resonates with the quantum world? This is where the concept of glorious simplicity finds its most compelling expression in the realm of consciousness. Think of an intricate piece of music. The music itself, its melody, harmony, rhythm, and emotional impact is not created by an overwhelming cacophony of sound. Instead, it arises from the precise arrangement of a limited set of notes, played with specific timing and intensity. The power and beauty lie not in the sheer number of elements, but in the elegant relationships between them, in the harmonious way they combine. If quantum effects, like superposition and entanglement, are subtly at play within the brain's delicate structures such as microtubules, then they could provide a remarkably simple and elegant way for vast amounts of information to become instantaneously unified, leading to the coherent experience of consciousness. This would be a deep, pervasive harmony, felt instantly and without effort. This glorious simplicity suggests that the laws governing how individual neural activities coalesce into a unified conscious experience might be more fundamental, more universal than we currently realize. It's a concept that finds echoes in many scientific fields, from the elegant mathematical equations that describe the vastness of the cosmos to the simple genetic code that orchestrates the development of a complex organism. Often, the deepest truths are the most beautifully concise, revealing a profound economy of design in nature. The very fact that our incredibly rich and complex conscious experience feels so seamless, so integrated, points towards an underlying principle of efficient unification. Consider the early pioneers of computation. They started with simple switches on or off, 1 or 0. From these basic, binary elements, they built incredibly complex machines capable of performing astounding feats. The power wasn't in the individual switch, but in the patterns of switches, the elegant logic gates, and the algorithms that allowed simple operations to combine into magnificent computations. Our brains, in a deeply complex biological sense, might be operating on analogous principles, billions of simple neurons, interacting in incredibly intricate yet fundamentally patterned ways, giving rise to the boundless complexity of conscious thought. If quantum coherence can briefly exist within these neural structures, it offers a remarkably elegant way to explain how these myriad switches can form a singular, unified experience without the need for an additional, separate integrator. The pursuit of understanding consciousness, from its smallest components to its grandest manifestations, often leads scientists to seek this glorious simplicity. When we strip away layers of superficial detail and find a fundamental, elegant rule that explains a vast array of phenomena, that is when true understanding blossoms. The very fact that a single strand of DNA can encode all the information for a complex organism, or that a few fundamental forces govern the entire cosmos, speaks to a deep, pervasive elegance in the universe. The idea that quantum effects might offer a simple, elegant mechanism for the unity of consciousness is part of this grand quest for underlying simplicity, a harmonious whisper that resonates through all scales of existence. This understanding offers a profound sense of reassurance and wonder. It suggests that the coherence and unity of our consciousness, its astonishing capacity to integrate myriad sensations and thoughts into a singular now, is rooted in principles that are fundamentally stable and elegant. It tells us that even in the face of profound complexity, there is an underlying order, a quiet strength derived from the simple, yet powerful, dance of fundamental interactions. This recognition can bring a deep calm, knowing that underlying the apparent complexities of our inner world, there is a harmonious, efficient design. As you drift deeper now, let the gentle laughter of unity, born from glorious simplicity, bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your mind, silently working to integrate, to unify, and to create, by means of its fundamental patterned dance, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to grasp at every intricate detail. Simply allow this beautiful, internal work of contemplation to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of underlying elegance. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from a calm field at dawn. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle, persistent hum of your own inner being. All is calm, all is clear, as the quiet laughter of unity guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest. As our tranquil journey through the quiet wonders of consciousness softly continues, having embraced the glorious simplicity from which unity blooms, we now turn our gaze towards an even more expansive and deeply reassuring concept The lullaby of an expanding universe mind. We often perceive our individual consciousness as being confined to the delicate vessel of our physical body, a small, brightly lit room within the vast mansion of existence. But what if, gently guided by the unfolding principles of quantum physics and the profound interconnectedness of reality, our awareness is not just within the universe, but somehow, subtly, also a part of its very fabric, capable of expanding and resonating with cosmic fields, like a gentle river flowing into a boundless, moonlit sea that is the universe itself? Imagine, for a quiet moment, your consciousness not as a fixed flame held within a fragile lantern, but as a soft, luminous mist, ever so gently diffusing, stretching, and embracing more of what surrounds it. This isn't a sudden, dramatic burst, but a continuous, almost imperceptible growth, a profound and harmonious unfolding that resonates with the grand expansion of the universe itself. Just as the cosmos steadily stretches its fabric, carrying galaxies further apart in a silent, eternal dance, so too might our inner awareness be quietly, perpetually broadening its scope, perhaps even connecting with fundamental fields that permeate all of existence. This idea hints at a profound truth that the essence of our subjective experience, the very you that perceives and feels, might be fundamentally linked to the universe at its most basic, quantum level. If consciousness is indeed a quantum effect, as some theories gently propose, then it suggests a deep, intrinsic relationship with the very field of existence. This is not about a spiritual or mystical connection in an unscientific sense, but about the possibility that consciousness arises from, or is intricately connected to, the quantum fields that give rise to all matter and energy. It's like a beloved melody, finding its notes not just from the instrument, but from the subtle vibrations of the very air through which it travels, resonating with the space itself. Consider the gentle, almost imperceptible way we develop intuition, that sudden, clear knowing without logical steps. If consciousness can access information in a non-local way, through quantum entanglement, then intuition might be a subtle whisper from this deeper, more interconnected level of awareness, allowing our minds to grasp patterns and truths that are beyond the reach of classical thought. This expansion of our cognitive landscape, our ability to connect more deeply with the underlying patterns of reality, could be a manifestation of consciousness resonating with universal quantum fields. It's a quiet blossoming, allowing our awareness to encompass a broader spectrum of understanding, fostering a profound sense of interconnectedness not just with other beings, but with the cosmos itself. Similarly, our capacity for collective consciousness or shared experiences, those moments when a group of people feel deeply connected, seemingly thinking or feeling in unison, could also find a gentle resonance in quantum principles. If individual consciousnesses are capable of quantum coherence or entanglement, then perhaps a larger collective consciousness could emerge from the synchronized quantum dance of many minds, blurring the boundaries between individual awareness and a shared, profound experience. It's like a choir of voices, each beautiful on its own, but when perfectly harmonized, they create a single, breathtaking sound that transcends the sum of its parts. This concept of an expanding universe mind, nurtured by quantum possibilities, is particularly evident in states of deep meditation or profound contemplative experience. When we intentionally quiet the external chatter and gently focus inward, many report a profound sense of spaciousness, a feeling that their awareness is no longer confined by the boundaries of their physical body or immediate thoughts. In these moments, the brain's intrinsic networks become highly active, and proponents of quantum consciousness theories gently suggest that this might be when quantum coherent states within the brain are most pronounced, facilitating a broader, more expansive form of awareness that can encompass sensations, emotions, and thoughts without judgment, allowing them to simply arise and pass, dissolving into a larger field of awareness. It's like a gentle wave, expanding effortlessly across the ocean's surface, eventually becoming one with the vastness of the water. This isn't about gaining superhuman abilities or achieving an altered state of being that is inaccessible to most. Rather, it is about recognizing the inherent potential for growth and expansion that resides within each of us, continuously nurtured by the brain's fundamental activity and its potential connection to quantum phenomena. Our consciousness is not static, it is a dynamic, living entity, always subtly reaching, always gently embracing more, perhaps resonating with the very quantum fields that give the universe its form and movement. The lullaby of an expanding universe mind provides the continuous, gentle impetus for this growth, ensuring that our inner world is always vibrant, always evolving, and always connected to the grandest scales of existence. The very process of learning throughout life is a testament to this expanding consciousness. Each new skill acquired, each new piece of knowledge integrated, each new perspective embraced, subtly broadens the landscape of our inner world. This lifelong journey of intellectual and emotional growth is not just about accumulating facts. It is about expanding the very capacity of our awareness, allowing us to perceive the world in richer, more nuanced ways. This continuous process is seamlessly supported by the brain's silent, tireless work, and perhaps by its subtle dance with quantum realities, ensuring that our consciousness remains fluid and adaptable, a true part of the universe mind. This understanding offers a deeply reassuring perspective on our own potential. It tells us that even in moments of profound rest, or when we feel our minds are doing nothing, a crucial, vital expansion is continuously unfolding within us. Our brains are not just processing information for immediate tasks, they are actively, silently, and effortlessly shaping the very boundaries of our awareness, preparing us for deeper insights and a broader connection to the world around us. This hidden work, whether purely classical or subtly quantum, is a continuous source of profound growth and quiet wisdom, intertwining our existence with the cosmic ballet. As you drift deeper now, let the image of your consciousness as a gentle, expanding presence, unfurling beyond perceived limits and resonating with the universe itself, bring you profound peace. Feel the quiet, ceaseless activity within your mind, silently working to broaden your understanding, deepen your empathy, and expand your awareness, even as your conscious thoughts begin to softly dissipate. There is no need to strive or to force this expansion. Simply allow this beautiful, internal work to unfold, carrying you deeper into a state of profound peace and restoration. Let your breath be soft and even, a tranquil rhythm that guides you further into relaxation. With each inhale, draw in the quiet wisdom of your own boundless potential, a unique expression of consciousness connected to the universe. With each exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing it to dissolve like a gentle mist rising from the calm surface of a vast moonlit sea. You are safe, you are held, and you are gracefully dissolving into the quiet, boundless space of sleep, cradled by the gentle yet persistent hum of your own being, a part of the expanding universe mind. All is calm, all is clear, as the lullaby of an expanding universe mind guides you into the deepest, most restorative rest, inviting you to dream beyond all limits. As our gentle journey through the intricate wonders of consciousness and its profound connection to the quantum realm softly draws to its close, we arrive at the most serene of moments, the quiet transition into deep, restorative sleep. We've explored the whispers of our own dreams, illuminated the gentle haze of the quantum world, listened to the echoes from overlapping states, and floated upon the entangled threads of reality and consciousness. We've bathed in the reflecting light from the edge where consciousness meets matter, navigated amidst the ripples of quantum information within the brain, and gathered the falling leaves from the tree of quantum consciousness. We even embraced the glorious simplicity from which unity springs, and were cradled by the lullaby of an expanding universe mind. Now, in this profound stillness, we draw a final soothing connection between the subtle, pervasive influence of quantum effects on our awareness and the grand, continuous dream of existence itself. Imagine, for a final comforting moment, that the very essence of your being, your unique thoughts, your cherished memories, your tender emotions, your singular consciousness is not merely a product of classical, predictable interactions within your brain, but is subtly, intrinsically linked to the strange and beautiful dance of quantum mechanics. This is not a cold, impersonal scientific fact, but a profound whisper from the universe that your awareness might resonate with the deepest, most fundamental layers of reality, intertwining your subjective experience with the very fabric of spacetime and its quantum fields. If consciousness is indeed a quantum effect, then your inner world is a microcosm of the cosmos, reflecting its deepest mysteries. This concept of quantum consciousness doesn't suggest a magical control over reality, but rather a profound interconnectedness. Just as entangled particles share an instantaneous, non-local bond regardless of distance, perhaps the unity of your own consciousness, the way all your myriad sensations and thoughts seamlessly blend into a single, flowing awareness, is facilitated by a similar subtle quantum coherence within your brain. It's a gentle reassurance that your inner harmony mirrors the universe's most elegant principles of connection and integration. Your existence is not a fragmented collection of events, but a continuous, unified quantum song. Consider the resilience of dreams. In sleep, your mind effortlessly navigates seemingly impossible scenarios, weaving together disparate elements into a coherent, if fantastical, narrative. This fluidity, this creative power, often surpasses our waking logical capabilities. If quantum effects play a role in consciousness, it might explain this boundless creativity, the mind's ability to explore multiple possibilities simultaneously before collapsing into a specific dream reality. This capacity to hold ambiguity and resolve it into experience resonates deeply with the quantum world's fundamental nature of potential and actualization. The very process of knowing and observing, whether in the external world or within our own thoughts, is fundamentally about making definite out of the indefinite. In the quantum realm, observation collapses the wave function, transforming a haze of probabilities into a specific outcome. If consciousness is a quantum effect, then our very act of being aware, of focusing our intention, of experiencing a unified reality, might be akin to this process of gentle collapse, continuously bringing the universe's potentials into our lived experience. This perspective imbues your awareness with a profound, active role in the unfolding of reality, not as a demanding force, but as a subtle, persistent presence. This understanding is not meant to be a source of anxiety or a philosophical puzzle. Instead, it offers a profound sense of peace and awe. It suggests that the very essence of our being is not rigidly fixed, but is a beautiful, fluid dance of information and quantum potential, capable of astonishing complexity and profound resilience. It tells us that even in the face of life's complexities, there is an underlying order, a quiet strength derived from the subtle, yet powerful dance of fundamental interactions. This recognition can bring a deep calm, knowing that underlying the apparent complexities of our inner world and the outer cosmos, there is a harmonious, elegant design, a shared quantum rhythm. As you now prepare to surrender fully to the embrace of sleep, let any remaining thoughts drift away like tiny, luminescent dust motes in the quiet, cosmic expanse. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to go. The journey through the quantum mysteries of consciousness has prepared you, softening the edges of your perception, blurring the rigid boundaries between mind and matter, between individual awareness and the universe's grand, eternal dream. Feel the profound weightlessness as your body relaxes deeper and deeper into the surface beneath you. Each breath is a gentle wave, carrying you further from the shores of wakefulness and into the boundless ocean of rest. The stars above, those ancient, distant suns, are now softly closing their eyes, Mirroring your own descent into tranquility, your mind too is settling, its quantum processes, if they exist, working peacefully in the background, preparing you for the deepest, most restorative slumber, where all possibilities find their gentle, unified rest. Allow the concept of your mind's unique awareness, interconnected with the very quantum fabric of existence, to be the ultimate lullaby, a comforting truth that embraces you. Its potential vastness is now your warmth, its complexity your simplicity, its mysteries your peace. You are dissolving gently into this grand cosmic dream, merging effortlessly with its currents, becoming one with the quiet, profound sleep of quantum consciousness and the boundless, eternal dream of the universe itself. Rest now, deeply and peacefully. Let the silence of the cosmos fill your being. You are loved, you are safe, and you are drifting into the most restorative of sleeps, held within the vast, soft dream of the universe itself, where all awareness finds its gentle, peaceful rest,